Hello. Look, here we are in a caravan that I'm staying in with my family for a few days. It belongs to my mum and it's a bit chaotic, like some of the cupboards just don't really make sense. So we're going to focus on this cupboard today, which has, I think it's meant to be sort of foils and glad wraps and Ziploc bags, but there are a few random items in here like tennis balls. For some reason this cup's in here. I don't even know who that is. This is Boomer Central, this caravan. And also, importantly, this cupboard here, strangely, also has some cling wrap and some other things that we probably should reunite and keep like with like. It's one of the principles of organising. Just ignore the food that's up there, which is where I've kind of put it for our short stay, just so that everyone in my family can see it, because otherwise they don't know that it exists if it's in cupboards sometimes. At home I would have that stuff in a cupboard, but you know, it's a short stay, so it's fine. But it is kind of organised. We've got some condiments, breakfast, meals, snacks and drinks, so they're all sort of together even though they're visible. So yeah, let's get started and we'll pull this apart and put it together a bit more neatly and get rid of the rogue items.
So now we are emptying that cupboard out and grouping like with like on the kitchen table there, and grabbing the cling wrap and foil from that corner cupboard where they shouldn't have been, and everything's out. That's what it looks like. We've got cling wrap, foil, Ziploc bags, garbage bags, napkins, and also a few paper bags. Not sure what they're for, but putting everything back in, I found this great container that will be perfect for all those boxes of Ziplocs. You want to keep like with like, you want to keep them together, and especially in a caravan where when you're hooked up and moving, things do move around a lot. And with the cling wrap, I've put all the open boxes at the very front so that they get used up and you don't end up with multiple open boxes of things, which is a bit of a pet hate. And speaking of containers, I also found one to put the napkins in. Not that one, that's the Ziplocs. So just putting the napkins into that, because they're sort of handy to have, but they were kind of slipping around in that cupboard, looking messy and hard to find. And I always put the lid for these kinds of things under the container, even though the lid's not on, so that you don't end up with a lot of orphan lids in your cupboard, not knowing what they're for or whether you're going to need them. And the paper bags are going into a bigger paper bag, which, as you can see, I have labelled with a Sharpie. And another tip is to have your little go zone of things you want to grab every day when you go outside, like water, hats, sunscreen, and have somewhere to put your keys so you don't lose them.